What's up, y'all? Told you I was going to try to get caught up on some things that I'd heard. Uh, Seems that old Klaus Schwab and even old Bill Gates, he's already in on it, releasing a bunch of infected mosquitoes over the U.S. Yeah, and old Klaus Schwab, he's right along with old Bill Gates talking about the next pandemic already. Yeah, even talking, from what I heard, even more Chinese type lockdowns. The Chinese literally welded people's doors shut in the big, tall apartment buildings. Yes. Told them to get rid of all their pets. People had to, they were literally throwing their pets over the balconies and all this shit, yeah. Because they were starving them and all that to try to get them under more control. Yep, that's all they do that for, man. They made people, oh, it's illegal to have any pets and all that, so they literally had to kill their own pets. And old Klaus wants to try to put more of that draconian style applications here in the U.S. Not exactly going killing our pets, but as far as doing what they tell us to do or what they wish us to do. They all know that the U.S. is a tough nut to crack. Why do you think they're letting all these people in? And God knows what they're telling them. You know what I mean? So people need to really understand how they're doing it, and it's right out in the open about how to take over a nation. Yep. The only deal is that they haven't got the people to do the voting yet and all yada yada, to try to push that agenda. Because passing laws are one thing, enforcing them is another. You see what I'm talking about? People don't understand that. The U.S. is one of the last huge resources, or a nation full of resources and everything to try to tap into. If you were able to literally get the U.S. under your thumb to where you could have the say so of everything from oil exports, manufacturing, you name it, the growing stuff, all of it, yeah. The U.S. and every country around the world is really nothing but a big company once you think of it. But the deal is that we had all that NAFTA and everything else that went through and blah, 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 and it kind of messed up a bunch of stuff. And the Bushes started that, along with the crap over in Iraq. But that was all playing into this right here, what we're in now. We should have never seen Trump. Hillary should have been in there. She was already talking about Russia, Russia, Russia before the election even took place, right? Yeah. So, the elites, like I said, I've heard this all my life. The elites need a war 70 to 100 years to help control population and solidify power and things of that nature. But one of the biggest things that nowadays they're trying to literally take our own rights and use them against us. That's what they're doing. They're letting all these people come around here, telling them one thing, and then making them think that we're the bad guys, that we're the problem. You know what I mean? That's how they do it. Hitler did the same thing with the police force and the media and all that, newspapers, radio. They didn't have TV and all that back then. Can you imagine if he did have video back then? Yeah. Now they could do films as they were doing it, but they didn't have something that they could broadcast like we do now. That's another thing too. The scare tactics that they will use against us, that's what's going to really make or break a lot of people. Let me tell you something. We have a bunch of very intelligent, very smart, rich people that know how to manipulate and pull some strings and make things happen and do things and also get people to do stuff that normally they wouldn't do. But these sons of guns are able to talk people into doing stuff like that. That's what's happening right now. There's so much heavy stuff that's dropping. And within the next 6 months, I've been hearing 30 to 90 days, it's going to start getting a little bit more to where you're going to tell it. And within the next 6 months or so, it's going to be pretty hellish. They're messing with our food. Once they keep it up, people keep on losing their jobs. You hear about the yellow truck, the freight. Wow. Yeah. Little bit by little bit, they stop doing things and it causes more chaos. They know what they're doing. You just have to know what needs to be done to where you don't get caught up in it. I know it sounds devilish and evil and all that, but that's why they do it. Because that's how they solidify their power. That's how you bring a free nation under your thumb. I've got some other stuff that I'll tell y'all about. I just want to keep, you know, I wish I could just back off it, but I think that the more if I was to back off, man, there's more people out there that'll probably lose their minds, so to speak. I've got some other things that I want to tell y'all, man, but it's going to get even deeper. It's going to get even deeper. But Bill Gates and Klaus Schwab, they are already cooking up the next pandemic with mega lockdowns and things like that. Just what I'm hearing. I hope I'm wrong, but if it's really coming from them, and I believe it to be true, yeah. George Soros has already said many moons ago that the U.S. needs to be more like China a long time ago. That's even under Obama is when he said it, I think. So, yeah, things just got heavy, my friends, because they just said it, the WEF and all that. Yeah, look into Klaus Schwab and Bill Gates and, yep, they're still coming at us, y'all. Make no mistake, they're still coming at us. God bless the United States of America and screw you commies. You know the drill. We're coming for you. We're coming for you. We're going to take our country back. You have a good evening. I'll be back. Still early. Later, y'all.